YouTube, what's good? Welcome back to another video, guys, and welcome back to Black Ops 2 in 2021. Today, guys, I decided to hop back on Black Ops 2, but this time we're on the Xbox Series X. This game now released on November 12th of 2012, so it's roughly a little over 8 years old now. This Black Ops series game was definitely one of my favorites because of everything that it introduced into the Call of Duty series. Now, I know what you guys may be thinking. Is Black Ops 2 still hacked and modded on the Xbox Series X? And as you guys can see from that clip, yes, the game is still very hacked and modded by several people. When I first downloaded this game and loaded it up, that was actually the first game that I got into, and it really didn't surprise me whatsoever. But regardless, I was still very excited to play this game, so without further ado, guys, let's get right into the gameplays. I'm going to go ahead and start it off with the rest of the game from that clip that I showed you at the beginning of the video. So unfortunately, if you guys are playing this game, you're definitely going to notice that you're going to get into hacked lobbies a lot more frequently than you would back then. These hackers are definitely getting more creative nowadays. As you guys can see, we're randomly on Nuketown 2025, and that's simply because we were just playing on that previous map and randomly started loading into this one. You guys will see objects like cars and other things that are supposed to be in spots of the map, but just aren't because these people are actually playing as them and just flying around with them, as you guys will see in the gameplay. It's definitely some crazy stuff, but when you get into these lobbies every now and then, it could be fun just because it's not as serious. But obviously it's very annoying most of the time since you just want to play the game, but what else can you expect from an older Call of Duty game? You guys will see when I spawn in here, there's just this crazy object that's standing tall on the map. Obviously that's not supposed to be there, but with all these hacked gameplays out of the way, guys, let's get into the normal ones that I was able to get. Black Ops 2 was a great game in all aspects. The weapons, the maps, and much more. Something to note about Black Ops 2 would have to be the fact of all the DLC that they dropped consistently for us. They had crazy microtransactions like camos, extra class spots, and so much more. Some of the camos in this game were absolutely insane. The ones that you were able to buy were crazy. The camos in this game are definitely something that everyone remembers, and they definitely sparked all the camos that we have today. For example, the reactive ones and all the other kinds. Going off of the camos, the weapons in this game were absolutely fantastic. A few of these guns have been brought back into the newer Call of Duties, for example the AN-94. In Black Ops 2, they honestly provided us with a bunch of different weapons. They had a lot of ARs, they had a lot of SMGs, as well as LMGs, snipers, pistols, and etc. Black Ops 2 is also the first game that introduced the diamond camo into the Call of Duty franchise. This was the camo that everyone was going for, and in this game specifically, it looked fantastic compared to the diamond camo that we have nowadays on some of these games. In this game, it actually filled up your whole entire gun with diamonds, so it was very noticeable when you killed someone with it, and definitely in the kill cams as well. It was very cool to see and play with, because you would actually be able to notice if a player was good with a certain weapon type, in order for them to get the diamond camo. Something else that was great about Black Ops 2 was the maps. The maps in this game were always a good time, no matter what map it was. There was very few maps that I didn't like. Nowadays with these other Call of Duty games, there is a lot of maps that are just not very playable or fun to play on whatsoever. You guys will see that I have some hijack gameplay in the background right now. This was definitely one of the better Black Ops 2 maps back then, and I honestly hope to see it return in Black Ops Cold War soon. This was definitely a fan favorite map back in Black Ops 2, and it is why it's returned in another Call of Duty Black Ops series game, so I definitely would like to see it return yet again. The approach they took when making this Black Ops game was definitely a bit more on the futuristic side compared to the original Black Ops game. We can see this from the kill streaks, the guns, and some of the maps, but it definitely played very well for this game, because they were able to make it feel like an original Call of Duty game. This went on to set them up for the very futuristic Black Ops 3 game that they came out with, but that's for another video. I think this concept was the reason a lot of people enjoyed this game, for the reason being that it felt classic, but it definitely was a newer game. Now, a little bit about the game on the Xbox Series X itself. It has an improved resolution, an improved FPS, and it has HDR support, which really does make the game look fantastic and a lot better than it originally did on the Xbox 360 or even the Xbox One. Now, something else to note is the fact that this is the original Xbox 360 disc that I was able to throw right into the Xbox Series X, and it had no problems downloading and playing. So if you guys have this game laying around, I definitely recommend downloading and playing it because it definitely is a lot of fun. Something else that was great about Black Ops 2 was the campaign. I'm not going to say any spoilers, but if you guys played that campaign, you definitely remember what happened and the options it gave you at the end. This was definitely one of the first Call of Duties that brought a very futuristic approach to the campaign, which made it very entertaining. Something else that was really great about Black Ops 2 would have to be the zombies maps. This game introduced insane, crazy, complex zombies maps. These maps specifically elevated the story and really brought it all together. Some of these zombies maps were die-rise, buried, and one of my most favorites was Mob of the Dead. For those of you that don't know what Mob of the Dead is, or didn't even play it, it's basically a map based around Alcatraz, the real prison. This map was absolutely insane, and honestly, in my opinion, still one of the best zombies maps to this day. And it also was remastered back in Black Ops 4, just with extensions on the map. Something else with Black Ops 2 was the fact that they really tried with the Easter eggs in the zombies maps, which made the game so much more exciting when you finally completed one. And it was cool because of the fact, compared to Black Ops 3, the Black Ops 2 Easter eggs were significantly easier and a lot less time consuming. Overall though, coming back to multiplayer on the Xbox Series X has been fantastic. I mean, you can get into lobbies fairly quickly. Like I mentioned earlier, some of them will obviously be hacked or modded by a lot of people, but at the end of the day, at least you're able to get into some lobbies and be able to play the game. As we know with older Call of Duties than this, it's very difficult to get into lobbies, such as Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, etc. So that's why it's honestly a great feeling to be able to play this game again. And once you guys hop on this game after such a long time, I'm telling you, it's definitely going to feel weird because it doesn't feel like any newer Call of Duties, but it's definitely still a great game. Black Ops 2 is definitely a game I played a lot back in the day. This wasn't my original account, for those of you that noticed my level, obviously, but I definitely played this game a fair amount. I was Prestige Master legitimately, and I really did enjoy this game. When I was getting these gameplays, I was playing the game for a couple of hours during the middle of the day too, and there was still 1,000 players on, which honestly was a great amount for a time like this. With all that, guys, I definitely recommend, if you guys have Black Ops 2 lying around, to definitely re-download it and start playing, especially if you have it on the Xbox Series X or even the PlayStation 5. Black Ops 2 is definitely one of the more solid older Call of Duty games, and it was definitely a great time to get back on in 2021. With all that being said, guys, definitely let me know down in the comments below what other older Call of Duties you guys want to see on the Series X. If you guys did go on to enjoy today's video, definitely drop a like down below and consider subscribing to see some more Call of Duty content. I've dropped some other older Call of Duties on the Series X, so if you guys are interested in that, definitely check them out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.